Welcome back to Needles on the Net. I'm Ethan Barkley-Enu, and this, as always, is Deanna Gutman. And we're here with another installment of our super fun podcast and a little bit of an update on our excellent knitting adventure.
Yay, we're so excited.
I am so excited.
Woo. We haven't had the chance to touch Geiger in a little bit. You may have noticed that in our last podcast episode, which featured one sleeve for our blocking demonstration. However, I have managed to finish both sleeves, but have not started any other pieces thanks to the Ravelympics, which really kind of slowed down our progress a little bit.
Hit me a little bit like a freight train. It's great.
And we both had these like wild ideas to knit sweaters in 2 weeks. So
yes, we did, and I was completely insane and decided to do it in fingering weight.
I was a little bit more reasonable with the worsted weight, and I really enjoyed knitting Michelle Wang's Andawa, but it did take away from the Geiger time.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm super excited to get back into it, and we're doing the back now. What we're going to be
get back into it.
Yeah. Womp womp. Okay, so we're going to be casting on the back today, and I am super excited about it because it's such a fun pattern to knit. The cables,
it really is.
The way that the ribbing works. Yeah. And it zips right by because it feels so good to do.
The second sleeve is going by really fast for me. I'm only at 1.5 sleeves. Womp womp. But I am ready to start the back today, and I'm just going to switch over using my Addi Basics, my interchangeable set. So I'm just going to click off one needle and onto a new cable. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Ravelympics, I improvised a top-down sweater. It's a huge error in judgment. There's no way to finish that in 2 weeks. Don't do it. Just don't. Give yourself a month. Be real with yourself. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. So how are you feeling about getting started with the back?
I'm really excited about the back. It's the biggest piece of the garment to finish, and there's always this sense for me when I'm finishing a sweater, once the back and the sleeves are done, the fronts and the finishings take no time at all for me. I don't know about you, but getting the sleeves out of the way first just makes it so much easier, especially on a big complex project like Geiger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like even though I was a bit slowed down by other projects, I feel like I just zipped through the sleeves. So I feel like now that we're like really focusing on this, it's going to go really quickly.
And the cable pattern is actually pretty intuitive once you get used to it. Like working the medallion cables and those complex rope cables, it's a little bit tricky the first time through, but I feel like now I'm really ready, you're right, to plow through that whole ribbing section and just get into those cables as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to have a beautiful jacket to wear, really.
Yeah, me too. It's
just in time for spring.
It's the finished product that we're really interested in. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start casting on, but it's going to take us a minute, so we'll be right back with you when we're finished.
Our backs are finished! Woo!
So much better now.
So happy. I had the chance to block mine, so it's a little so it's a little bit flatter.
A little bit easier to see.
Yeah. So I am so happy with how this turned out.
I love it.
The cable pattern is just magnificent. The German short rows are like a great choice.
They really are a great choice. The German short rows come off your needle really quick. They're really intuitive. And for most of the sizes, like for the ratio of how big the garment is, there's not really that many. No, working like 8 per side.
No, and the point of the short rows too is not actually to shape the garment. It's more just to get rid of some of this excess fabric that's created by the cable pattern. And this is actually the first time I've done German short rows, believe it or not.
Me too, actually.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
I found it super easy.
Really intuitive.
I don't really understand how it works, but
no idea. No.
But it does.
It's a lot like the shadow rep method, where you're just like, you're doing what it says, but not knowing what it's doing.
And look, it works great in the end. Woo!
Bam.
Yeah, so happy about this. The one, for those of you who are knitting this with us, the one caution I would give you is that this lovely spine up the center that has the garter ridge on either side, when you're setting up your ribbing, it's really easy just to do a big block of stockinette by accident. So just watch that when you're getting that going.
I actually will say I'm not a big fan of markers, but but especially as you move up with more and more of the reverse stockinette on both sides, I found it really helpful to keep a marker on either side of it, just because it was very hard to track it on the wrong side rows, I found.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's this. If you've already done sort of the sleeve, the back should be just basically like doing a double sleeve. But those are kind of the little intricacies that you can pay attention to. So in our next episode, we will be showing you our finished Geigers. We've started the fronts already, and those will be super quick because they're going to be faster than the sleeves. So
we won't be knitting 2 other sweaters at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, we've really been punishing ourselves this year with like constant sweater knitting, but
I believe that we're at 4 a piece at the moment.
Yeah, should we show them the sweater that we knit in Ranch? It's just
let's grab it real quick. So Deanna and I have super similar tension and gauge, which is pretty amazing, and while the ends aren't woven in yet, we did team knit an entire sweater together in a week.
So this is Bronwyn. It's a Brooklyn Tweed pattern, and we subbed the beautiful Ranch 01, which is here on the table. You may have seen our unboxing. Whoops.
Casualty of war.
Yeah, our unboxing video on Facebook. It's absolutely gorgeous. 100% Rambouillet wool.
Someone might have taken 20 skeins home.
I took 10, but... But it's only here for a limited time. It's just one shearing from Bear Ranch in California. So get it while you can. This is what we've got left. We sold 50% of the inventory on the first day of release, which was April 20th. So get your buns in here and check it out.
It's amazing.
In this segment, we have our good friend Kathryn Petrie with us here today. Kathryn is a pro. She's been a part of this industry for 2 decades now. She started her own company back in July 2017 and just launched her new website on International Women's Day in celebration of all of the fabulous women who are part of the yarn and knitting industry. And so Kathryn's company is called Curated Yarn Collection, and Kathryn and I first met when I bought the store from Bridget, and I had no idea what I was doing, and Kathryn sort of helped me wrap my head around all of those things. And the first time that she came into the store to show me the Fibre Company yarns, I just lost my mind. They were so gorgeous, and I just knew that I had to get this brand into the store.
Yeah. Well, because there's nothing like Kathryn coming in with all of her little rings of yarn, and then we go a little crazy. We order by the bag. It gets out of hand really fast. But the other awesome part about having Kathryn here today for this segment is that we're launching 2 new Fibre Co yarns, Road to China Light and Road to China Lace. We absolutely love this stuff. It is squishable pure joy spun into skein form, and you can't wait to try it. Trust me. But don't take it from me. Kathryn, what are some of the reasons that they are really going to want to try this yarn?
Well, the fiber content is what these yarns are all about. They are alpaca, silk, camel, and cashmere. And I don't think it gets any better than that in terms of fiber content.
No, I don't think it can.
I don't think it's possible. And the colors are absolutely exquisite. The way the Fibre Company does their dyeing is really quite amazing because they're not flat, solid colors. They're very complex hues with interesting subtle duotones and undertones, and it's just beautiful, and it's the perfect self-indulgent yarn. This is what you want if you're going to make something really special.
You want to wear this yarn right next to your skin.
Yes.
And I would say too, like, the dye job, a lot of it has to do with the fiber content, right?
Yes,
exactly.
And that's what creates that unique depth.
Yeah.
So it's the two things working together, which makes it so special.
Yeah, definitely. So, Deanna, tell us what you're wearing.
So I'm wearing the Vesa shawl. This is in Road to China Lace, and it's a Laura Nelkin pattern for Kelborn Woolens. And I'm just going to take this off so we maybe can spread this out.
Yes, we can.
It's this lovely, massive...
Displaying Vesa is a team sport.
Yeah, it's so big. That's what I love about it. I'm not a huge shawl person usually, but this one you can just envelop your whole body in it, and it has a really interesting construction too. You start by knitting all the way across the top, and then you come down the middle for the spine, and then do the wings from the corners, and then you add this beautiful lace edging on the bottom. So it's something new to try, as well as a pattern that's going to keep you interested the whole time.
It's so interesting. It has a little bit of that classic like wheat sheaf lace motif in the middle too. So it's like a throwback that's super modern.
Absolutely, and this color is just gorgeous.
Oh my god, right?
And this could be a contender for your lace.
Yes, we will be talking about our lace knit along at the end of the episode too. Yeah. I love it.
And how about you?
I am wearing the Ling Home Shawl by Hiroko Payne. I'm a little bit of a nut bar for Japanese knitting, as these two know, and like anyone who knows me in real life knows. It's a weird thing, we just move on from it. But I love the Japanese style of knitting with super intricate lace, and this guy does its job as being just a masterclass in lace knitting. Every single technique you can think of is here, from beautiful unique lace stitches and patterning up here with a very interesting cast on, to some wave and shell lace, coming down into this beautiful nut berry lace pattern, and then finishing off with this stunning knitted on edging. There's absolute drama every single second of knitting this. It is so beautiful when it's finished, and I absolutely love the star lemon color. And I will be honest, this is going to be my choice for the lace knit along, probably in this color.
And there was, full disclosure, squealing.
There was actual squealing. I might have screamed a little bit when it came out. It's one of those things where you see it online and you get really excited about it, but like I can't stress enough how amazing it is to come see these garments in person.
Well, you have to be able to feel this yarn and
feel
touch
how
it. And the
beautiful
drape
it
of
is.
this is
Oh,
just exquisite.
It is a dream.
So what would you like to show us, Kathryn?
Well, I'm wearing the lovely Road to China Light. You've both been modeling the Road to China Lace, but this is Road to China Light, designed by Laura Chow, Toronto's own.
Woo!
Yay, Laura.
Represent!
And this is just a beautiful, simple, but very wearable design. Just a lovely sort of star lace, a yarn over, knit two together kind of thing, with a beautiful garter edge. And I also like in the Road to China Lace category, which might be something for a beginner who doesn't necessarily
a little bit smaller, not as crazy.
Can't maybe tackle this level of complexity. This is a beautiful piece, just a lovely lace cowl, a simple lace repeat in the Road to China Lace. It's something that's very wearable, that wouldn't be as complicated or difficult to make.
And it's one of those great transitional garments. It comes out for the fall, for the beginning of winter, and then back out for the spring.
Yep.
Usually the end of March.
Perfect for this weird
Today,
weather.
For this crazy weather, or
Somehow
any crazy early spring
snowing.
weather.
Yeah.
It's a great, or chilly offices in the summer, overly air conditioned. It's just a lovely little piece that would be not too complicated to make, that any beginner could be proud of.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we want to make it easy for you guys to try the Road to China products. So we've created a promo code on our website. It's called TryRTC. That's TryRTC. And if you use that promo code on our website, that'll give you 10% off your first Road to China purchase, either in the lightweight or the lace weight.
Which is perfect if you're gearing up to come along and participate in our lace knit along, which is going to be starting on Sunday, May the 6th. So our top down knit along will be wrapping up. So start getting your heads into the lace game, thinking about what you might want to make. Any lace project is welcome, and we will, as always, curate some patterns, and those will be going up on the website in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled as we put up our suggestions.
So, in summation, we would like you to treat yourself to some Road to China.
Treat yourself.
Treat
And
yourself.
I would like to thank Kathryn for being here on the podcast with us today.
it's
And
my
always
pleasure.
awesome to have you.
Thanks,
sharing
Ethan.
these beautiful yarns
Yeah.
with our great client base. In this segment of Needles on the Net, we're going to do our usual favorite things recap. So Ethan's going to get us going with some new things from Fringe Supply Co, which we are super excited to welcome
excited about.
into the shop.
So Fringe Supply Co has been a long-term obsession, as I think it has for most knitters. We can all be honest about it. Don't worry about it. And luckily, some really fun stuff has come in from them. That's a really great place to get started. It's these super awesome Knitmoji pins. So we have the crying frog pin here. This guy is really sad that you had to rip back. He knows your pain. And also the sheep that loves you, because we all love our fiber animal friends and we want to show them off a little bit more. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, what do I do with these pins? The only answer is to incuten all of your things. Incuten is a word I just made up. You're welcome. So personally, my already adorable fox bag looks much, much better with a selection of my favorite pins attached to it. And I just think it ups the adorable factor,
Ethan,
and
so
it brings
cute.
me joy.
It hurts my eyes.
I understand. It's okay. Just avert them temporarily and look back a little bit at a time. It's easier.
It's so cute, it's disgusting.
Yeah, anyway, they're amazing and only $12.99 each. So come on and get them in before they sell out, because we know the truth. People love pins.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to talk about one of our absolute favorite things in the shop, which has really started moving quickly these days, probably mainly because we've been using them and absolutely gushing about them.
Yeah, I can't imagine knitting without them.
All the time. Yeah, and you've only been knitting with them for like a couple months.
Yeah, just since December.
Yeah. So we're talking about the Addi Click basic interchangeable sets. With me, right here, I have the basic set as well as the lace tips set. So the way that these work, I'll open this actually, just so you can see what comes in the set. So you get all of your needle tips from 3.5 millimeter right up to 10 millimeter, and it comes with this case.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, the case is fantastic. You never have things lying around the house.
It keeps everything organized. And you know that like perennial problem of how do you store your interchangeable needles?
Problem solved. Yeah. It comes with this great little needle gauge, and it also has like a gauge measurer on it too for 2 inches. And then it comes with the cables that you need. So 24 right up to 40 inch cables. And we love these cables because they have like zero memory
whatsoever. They bounce right back every time.
So they're wonderful for Magic Loop.
They are wonderful for Magic Loop, and you can actually buy more cable sets as well to make them even longer or shorter if you need.
Yeah, and the connector that comes in the case too, you can connect multiple cables together.
Which when you're working a big yoke is really helpful.
So the best thing about these is the spring mounted mechanism on the tip. So like if you've used other interchangeable needle sets, a lot of them have the twist on with the locking mechanism. And sometimes they come in twisted, like in the middle of your knitting, and the joins.
You're in the middle of a cable, you're desperately yanking on the fabric trying to get it across, and then in my case it untwists and slides through and stabs you in the hand.
Yeah, it's not great. So these are spring mounted. German engineering, our favorite. They know how to do this kinds of stuff. So all you do is press and turn. So to put this on, I just slip it onto the end and give it a little zhuzh, and then I push it in and I twist, and it's strong
it even has helpful little dots on it so that you can line up every time, and it just clicks right in for me.
Yeah, so these are super amazing. Also, the coating on the needles is super slick.
Things just fly along them. Your yarn will just slide right onto the next needle. You kind of don't even notice it's happening.
And it makes your tension really even for your project. So your projects look great. And it's wonderful for working with 100% wool, which can be sometimes a little bit sticky.
A little bit sticky on bamboo and wooden stuff. Can be a little rough.
So we also have, these are the regular length tips. We also have the lace tips, which are short tips. And we'll just show you what this set looks like.
All the cases are slightly different colored as well, so if you have multiple sets, they're pretty easy to keep straight.
So these ones have 3.5 millimeters up to 8 millimeters, and the great thing about these tips is that while the basic tips are a bit more blunted and beveled, these ones are a bit pointier, so they work better for lace projects. and they're a bit shorter, so they're a little bit easier to maneuver. And then if you make lots of hats, this is the
so worth it if you're a hat knitter.
Yeah, this is the set you want because you can achieve the 16-inch needle length.
Which is great.
With the lace set. And we also carry the rockets, which I don't have on the table right now, which are basically the lace tips except the
they're
double
individual
length.
needles, all packaged up and ready to go, and they come in several different lengths as well.
So we are absolutely obsessed with the Addi Needles.
Yeah.
We have a hard time knitting with anything else anymore.
Sometimes we just don't.
We'd rather not knit.
I'm not gonna lie, I did recently purchase those needles that are in my bag, even though I have 2 sets of them from another company, just because of how much easier it made the project. The right tools for the right job.
Absolutely. We're firm believers of that. Sometimes there's a place for bamboo too, if you're working with like a super slippery yarn.
Silk, linen, cotton, for sure.
So thanks for joining us today for the Favorite Things segment. And you'll find all of these products we just discussed on our website, needlesinthehay.ca, and here in the shop.
See you soon.